This, my friends, is Zombie Revenge. This was originally released in the arcade back in 1999, and it was eventually ported to the Dreamcast because it was the same hardware and Sega made it basically. This is a straightforward beat-em-up action game. You have a choice between 3 players: Stick Brightling, Linda Rada, and Rikia Fukushima. Oddly enough, Rikia speaks fluent Japanese while the other 2 speak English, yet they understand him. The goal of the game is to capture this guy who's turning people into zombies, and you have to kill the zombies in terms of like beating them up and shooting them and stuff. So from what I can take, there's not much backstory, but I'm assuming these 3 are cops due to the badges that they have on them. Oh, badges he has on him?
Let's go.
A badge? In any case, let's see. Gameplay is pretty straightforward. It's one of the most simpler beat-em-up games I've ever played in the past generation for gaming. Your buttons are punch, shoot, and guard. That's it. However, in the arcade, those 3 buttons were enough. On the console, they give them some more, but it's simple stuff that just combining buttons work. Like if you press guard and punch, you do a clear out hit where you spin around, you knock everyone around you down, similar to what they did back in the day. And if you press guard and shoot, I believe you do a roll or some kind of flip. Well, basically you can simply button mash the punch button to do a punch combo, or just mash the shoot button and shoot the enemies from distance. Or if you hold the punch button, like I just did, and you press the shoot button, you can do a combo, you can do a grapple combo. Basically the first hit knocks him, and then every hit after that is either a throw or a combo. I forgot what Brettling does, but I believe he does some weird combo that he just beats the crap out of people. Actually, I haven't seen that. Hold on, wait for it. Yeah. Okay, back to the other action. As you can see, the combo is pretty interesting. It's pretty awesome, actually. The Japanese guy has a much more interesting combo. He begins to spin around like a ninja and just cuts up things, like so. That attack has AoE attributes, so it's it's attack of area, so he can get several enemies at once with it. But you're not as likely to hit multiple people because they don't really attack you at once, all together. They'll take their time and kill you. But there are some times when you play alone that you will get ambushed and they will time their attacks and they can kill you very simply. I didn't get any footage of Linda's combo, but she basically does like an aerial kicking combo to you. It's pretty cool. I like it. She was one of my favorites to use in the arcade. I didn't like the other 2. This game also reminds me of Dynamite Cop, but Dynamite Cop has much more fluidity to it. This just feels kind of boxy.
Here, take this.
Oh, another thing I love about this game was the voice acting. It was some of the most interesting low-quality voice acting ever, but I guess due to the time of the release and everything, it's passable. What's so funny, the first boss of this game, this guy right here.
What?
Yeah, that guy. He looks like the exact same guy from the Biohazard fighting game for the PlayStation. I don't know if it's a coincidence or anything, or it maybe... No, Sega wouldn't have made that, but he looks exactly like him. It's so weird. He's a pretty straightforward boss. He has a weakness. If you go behind him and you just beat the crap out of him, he'll be defenseless. You could just pull off a 99-hit combo if you keep mashing the punch button or the shoot button. It's really effective in 2-players mode. Okay, so I've spoken about gameplay. In terms of sound and music, this game is very terrifying music. At least it could be good for a B-rated movie. Well, a B-movie, as they call it nowadays, I guess. But some sounds are just sort of weird. Like the shotgun sounds like a toy shotgun, the handgun sound authentic, believe it or not. It's just kind of weird how they sound. But you know, the characters' voices, they're comical. The voices are comical. All the monsters sound the same for some reason. You can beat up a plant monster, it'll sound like a zombie. You can beat up like a bug, a giant cockroach, it'll sound like a zombie. It's so weird, but it's so funny at the same time.
Grenade.
What's happening?
Moving on, after you get to the first computer, which is right at the beginning, you're given a choice to choose an element card. Depending on the card you choose will depend on the final boss. If you choose fire, he'll be fire. If you choose, I guess, wind, he'll be wind. Lightning, he'll be lightning. And based on that, it will depend on how much damage he can do to you and his type of attacks. The final boss in this game is amazing. It's just so... It's a random boss, but I guess most games have random bosses sometimes. Like the Final Fantasy series, they have random bosses. Occasionally you run into your mid-bosses. They come in many forms. These two happen to be the most annoying because there's two of them and, well, while you fight one of them, the other one spits acid at you, which just stops your combos. It always used to piss me off in the arcade. I never liked them either. I believe there was a way to kill them easily. You just get them between the laser and laser, you shoot them and do massive damage. But that was kind of hard to do because they move so slow, you need to have patience for it. Later on in the game you'll find a variety of weapons. This here is a flamethrower. There's also a giant drill gun. What you do is you impale your enemies with it and you drill the hell out of their stomach. Like this poor bastard here, I'm going to give him a good old drilling. Yeah, look at that. He lost an arm somehow. Yeah, he lost an arm too. This guy, one arm less. It's kind of odd how I aim for their arms. What the hell's up with that? Anyways, replayability. This game is very interesting. There are multiple paths you can take. There's lots of secret areas, so you can constantly play this game over and over and find different areas to get to the routes. And you may even find a secret boss once in a while, which is pretty cool. So let's see. Overall, gameplay would be a 9 out of 10 because there's so many things you can do, so many combos, so many moves, some very acrobatic, cool-looking, fancy stuff. That'll keep you entertained for a while. The sound gets a 5 out of 10 because the sound is just horrible. What else? There's lots of guns. That's a plus, I guess. Replay value is pretty high. I'd say probably a 9 out of 10. For this type of game, I'm not really sure what else I can rate on it.
So, you made it.
You just go around killing zombies.
Well done.
It's fun. It's 2 players.
What are you doing?
And
why am I doing this?
that's mainly it, I guess. That's all I can say.
You fools!
Oh, look, an ugly boss. I never understood this boss. It was so weird. It looks so freakish. Yes, rawr to you too, monster. Rawr to you too.